और एक अबे डॉग के 11 सोलो फिनिशेस होने वाला है 10 11 We are about to witness history, guys. We are witnessing history right now. The highest finishes by a solo player is about to be set by DOK. तो हेलो एवरीवन, दिस इज स्पाइक। आज का वीडियो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है क्योंकि आज हम देखने जा रहे हैं PMGC 2024 ग्रैंड फाइनल्स का डे 1। टोटल $3 मिलियन का प्राइस फुल है एंड आफ्टर सो मेनी डेज ऑफ कंपटीशन 48 बेस्ट टीम्स इन द वर्ल्ड से सिर्फ 16 टीम्स क्वालिफाई हुए इस ग्रैंड फाइनल्स के लिए। लेट्स टेक अ लुक एट दिस टीम्स। रिप्रेजेंटिंग ब्राजील वी हैव Alpha 7 esports and Influence Rage. Representing Mongolia we have 4MV and Falcons Force. Representing Korea we have DRX and D+ Kia. Next, representing China we have the champions of PL TJB Esports and Thunder Talk Gaming. Next we have RCB Team Spirit, one of the strongest teams of Indonesia, Voin Donkey, The Vicious, Enigma Galaxy, Navi, INS and finally Guild Esports. So far मेरे को वन ऑफ द टफेस्ट टूर्नामेंट्स लगा है। कंपटीशन बहुत हाई चल रहा है। मे द बेस्ट टीम लिफ्ट द ट्रॉफी। अपना वीडियो में आगे बढ़ने से पहले नीचे एक लाइक वाला बटन होगा, उसको फटाफट हिट कर देना ऐसे वीडियोस हर रोज देखने के लिए। आई नो बहुत सारे बंदे सोच रहे होंगे भाई 4MV कहां से आ गया ग्रैंड फाइनल्स में। एक्चुअली फाइनल्स में ब्रूट फोर्स बोल के एक टीम है, उस टीम को वीसा इश्यूज थे एंड दे कुडंट मेक इट टू लंदन, तो उनकी जगह पे 4MV को इनवाइट मिल गया बिकॉज दे वर द नेक्स्ट टीम इन द लिस्ट। So that's the reason 4MV is in the grand finals. बाकी the matches are about to begin. And अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं हो तो सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना guys. We're very close to 1 million subscribers. It would mean a lot. Make it happen. Let's go. And with that being said, now let's get started.
The Vicious and Enigma Galaxy. So the hot drop we made, the thought has come to pass. And
right कर दिया.
up the corridor.
बहुत प्यारा Redox.
Make it happen.
Beautiful start.
Losing two. I think these flushes are going to come on in. And Redox holds his own.
Beautiful start.
Dox is there.
दो डब्बा डाल दी इसने। अब अटैक क्यों रहा है?
Diminor in position. Pronozing comes through. Gets a
लग गए भाई। Beautiful start for NGX.
And there is a resurgence from Enigma Galaxy.
Beautiful start for NGX. Redox 1v3.
It's a dangerous one. Losing one player might actually. The approach from that north side.
Third party from Ajay.
Talker here to help.
Wild knock finish.
RCB lit up on that off angle there from the north side. Thunder Talker looking to push past this as well. You can see they've moved into the compound.
Silas ने
RCB are taking shots back.
और एक बंदा को नॉक कर दिया.
He will fall down behind the rock. There is potentially resible, but the zone is going to close and it will push them off this angle. Stage 3 means that the zone is still resible blank. They have a little bit more time to play with, but as soon as stage 4 hits, it is not going to be possible. Thunder Talk looking to pick up and get out.
TJB और Falcons का सर्किल होगा. एकदम सेंटर इन दोनों का.
At Chipotle, honestly, the fact they're able to move in on that eastern side, very surprising.
Surprised to see Team Spirit playing so silent.
Though are on that northern side and potentially might get involved. Massive shift down towards the south side. Enigma Galaxy make their way in underneath 4MV.
Last man standing for D+ Kia.
Falcons looking good here.
And it's
but it is RCB on your screens. Loxy, the clutch maestro himself, but he goes down.
D+ Kia बाहर.
Traded off.
RCB हो जाएगा रे.
D+ Kia to fall in the fight. RCB on their last legs, but it is the super sub Sara.
0 pointer for D+ Kia.
Alive on this one. Blank. They
Action
will
knock.
be. They both head over towards the roof side, not allowing Hyunbin any real impact into this fight. In the meantime, it is Influence Rage attempting to get through. Guild alongside them. This is a hell of a packed fight over on the northeast. Oh,
nice one.
In the blue zone, and Guild are just giving the ground towards the zone, but Influence Rage are ticking down really hard now, and Guild are working.
The next zone damage is going to be very high.
How much more ground they have left to give those lane? At some point, they're going to be exposed to the compounds on the southwest. The question is, how many points can they extract in this situation? Law and Diego still alive for Influence Rage. Can still make something happen with an opening on this northeast side. Advantages are all that's left here for Influence Rage. Seriously in triage mode at this point in time. And Guild, like you say, just backstepping and backstepping.
Ajay आगे पीछे से मार दिया.
Thunder Talk coming from behind. How the hell have they got here? On board with the fight between DRX as Hyunbin finally stepped out, made his presence known, and Navi. They have lost a player for it. Two points found for DRX.
What was that?
It's close by and it seems to be
What was that just now?
A little bit dangerous. Navi just going to
प्रोडक्शन में कोई तो मार खाने वाला है
do as a solo, maybe
प्रोडक्शन में कोई तो गाली खाने वाला है
but they're going to move the rest of their team up and
कोई आगे
ahead,
दिया
try and get a position.
अगर अभी Falcons चिकन निकाल दी ना bro, I'll be happy and mad at the same time.
Taking position. And Alpha 7 are getting ahead of this. Puncher is single-handedly keeping DRX locked down in this compound, and whilst Navi may not be able to play too much on this match, he is doing a lot to stop DRX moving too far forwards as well.
Shuts the door right in his face as well. We'll go for the double.
अरे क्या नॉक दिया बे पंचर, बहुत प्यारा नॉक.
But that delays DRX.
DRX का आखिरी बंदा है.
Potentially a little bit more movement from Navi heading over towards the western edge, but there is damage coming through thick and fast. Alpha 7 makes
Alpha 7 will wipe DRX.
But a stroke of incredibly bad luck. They lose two
Alpha
players
7
on
के दो
the
बंदे
approach there. I think that's from Tong Jiabao taking shots alongside.
And you've got
Carrillo
4
finish
on the west side of them as well.
Marglin.
You could potentially make this even harder. DRX
दूर
now
से
pushing
longs.
from the south side,
Knock
putting
किया.
McGrell into the test as 3 players
DRX.
stand. Revo wants to get back to his feet, desperately calling for that res, and it comes through Mafioso.
Shinbin last man standing
up and into the action. Junbin trying to make
देख
that
लिया
approach,
उसको
and
भी.
Mafioso
ढूंढ जाएगा
is
ये.
holding down the
खत्म.
line from the high ground. McGrell in as well.
With that
And that
DRX
is Alpha
बाहर
7 moving.
All the action is occurring over on this north side of the circle.
कर दिया, push कर दिया TJB
About
Falcons
make
पे.
their initial move. They get 676 up towards that building alongside with Flower and Long.
Can Falcons
Now
defend?
Falcons are in trouble.
10 seconds.
JB looking to try and cross the road here.
10 seconds.
Falcons
देखो
in this
प्रोडक्शन
standoff,
वाला जो
they've
बंदा
been
हक
for
दिया
so
भाई,
long.
वो बंदा तो बोल रहा है
TJB
Falcons
slip around the side
निकाले.
with the cliff.
मतलब अभी TJB मार खाने वाली है.
Asset, it
Let's
may
see.
be difficult to
कैसे
move
मार
with.
खाएंगे.
You imagine that they're going to have to figure out who they want to push on towards. Navi's only a duo, so maybe that is the option, but we'll have to conclude this fight first.
Good couple of initial grenades to
Point Donkey
to stop
versus
Potato running
Team
out from that
Spirit.
position. Both teams running parallel at the moment into the circle. Like you say, Navi not likely to get too
Oi.
far into this one. Big nade on the back line there. Will do a lot of damage through to Kitsune, but there is a rebuttal coming through from them.
Wow,
But
Kitsune
Kitsune's
knock
now down. It
from
starts to
Vexi.
get a lot of
Now it's a
pressure
3v3
on the
fight.
side of Team Spirit. They still have man advantage on this situation. They will crawl in
Top ने
alongside with the
हुआ
team.
को knock किया.
But Matic
हुआ
has to
finish.
go big in the front line.
Oh, he's spotted and he's
गया,
knocked
गया,
as well.
Team Spirit
2
भी
from
लगा.
Team Spirit down.
Oi.
Flush knock to the back line and all
बोला
of Team
मैंने.
Spirit fall. Void Donkey ID.
Vexi last man
Vexi
standing
alive,
in.
but there are
ये
encroaching
भी मार
forces
खाएगा.
from 4MV on that western side. And Falcons as well, looking to turn their attention out this way. Void Donkey ID with the back to the blue. Stay alive.
Wow.
Wonderful nade coming through over the top there that hits Kitsune.
TJB
The worst
बाहर.
moment. Unfortunately,
And hashtag
for
6,
Tongji Bao,
Falcons
they were not
domination.
able to crest over that cliff, and Falcons lives to see
ये प्रोडक्शन वाला
another
बंदा
nade
मार खाएगा
able
ब्रो.
to take down the weakened
पूरा
Void
interest
Donkey
का
off
पूरा अम्मा
towards their
बैन कर दिया
northwest
इसने.
side. Good Molotovs, good nades, and Cilio starts to suffer.
Revo
under
last
the
man
heat.
standing for Alpha 7.
Falcons trying to move up the hilltop, and Vexi, Sentinel on the top of the hill for them, finally blasted aside, and that is, I think that was a nade from,
Falcons 6
I'm not too
finishes.
sure who that one came from, but either way, it's going to take them down, and that is Void Donkey ID with 5 elims going down in 5th place. 4 teams now remain, Falcons with 3 players alive, and 4 MV with all 4 of them standing.
4MV in the weirdest positions of their lives. That's right, it's an end game. We can't believe they're here with us. They have lost a player.
Good for
but
4MV,
a
bro.
res
Good
is
for 4MV.
potential
Oi.
for them. But Revo from the sidelines will pick up
Revo
wood.
by
The
one-man
4MV,
army.
They're falling like
6
flies.
solo finishes.
Rambunctious rascal that he is, Revo ruins 4MV's descent. Doc is into the circle, but
ये
now
मार
Revo
खाएगा.
has to break out. This blue zone hurts now, Blanket. Stage 8.
अबे
trapped
glitch हो
behind
गया
the
उसके
crowd,
साथ.
McLaren, and
उसका
Falcons take it
movement ही नहीं हो
down.
रहा
It
था
looks
उधर.
like it's going
हो
all the
गया, with
way.
that it's a
And
winner
Falcons
chicken dinner.
open up with the
For
first
Falcons.
chicken dinner.
A huge win, and
जो
they're
भी हक
still
दिया भाई
eating
production में
good.
भाई.
Coming into PMGC 2024.
मैं माफ नहीं करूंगा अभी
Fantastic
तुम्हें.
stuff. But 4MV getting a
छी
second
bro.
place. What is this? But more to be expected.
leaks
It's
दे
Alpha
दिया
7
भाई,
in
leaks
the
दे दिया
wings with a
उसने.
third.
Absolutely, some
Grand
great
finals
results
में
for
वो भी.
some crucially
मजा ही
placed
नहीं आ रहा
teams
मुझे.
here, Blank, and it is an excellent way to start off the tournament. The
अबे
fights
ये
on
क्या
that
दिखा
north
रहा है?
side,
Winner,
the
winner,
rotations
chicken dinner
down
for
towards
DRX.
the south was really,
भाई
really
DRX
nice
के
and
players के
tidy. I
full होके
liked
दिखा रहे
that
हो.
game. It felt disciplined. I'm interested to see how that will develop over the next 3 days. We've got 2
भाई
more
साहब,
standouts.
this
We've got
guy deserves a
plenty
raise,
more
bro.
It's interesting to listen.
Production guy
to
deserves a
Seb as
raise.
well on the desk before this game, talking about Revo in particular, saying that
विनर गॉडल. अरे इमेजिन अगर
Yes.
कोई इंडियन टीम या कोई पाकिस्तानी टीम को विनर चिकन डिनर दे दिया इस मैच में, मजा आ जाएगा. अरे पुश कर दिया VC डायरेक्ट डी प्लेस किया पे.
Numbers reduced for Team Spirit playing as 3, all the hard.
Direct
Vicious
push.
Now pushing up towards the top of Everest.
घुस
and
के दे
open
देना
up
Albu को
towards
knock.
Volbu. It's good for the first. Vicious moving on in. They
गया
haven't
chips भी
taken
गया.
the knock yet either. But there is that trade finally found, but it's 1-for-1 again on that engagement with the earlier flush they found.
Nice one.
Not looking too
Fabian.
good for D plus here, but they are
still
struggling through.
Osal को जल्दी.
on the top of the
वही
high ground
Fabian
here,
needs to
a nade
heal.
over from Diminor.
ओसाल क्लोजिंग कर रहा
Them
है.
low, but there's that spray down.
भाई
Two
नीचे से
players
भी
left
फायर
in
कर
D plus
सकते हैं
here, but
लोग.
they're still giving it a good go.
TT is taking notes. अजय दे दिया फाबियन को नॉक. डी प्लेस किया बाहर.
Comes from down the hill, and that will be D
Match
plus
1,
Kia going
0
down
points.
the top of Everest,
Match 2,
taking a
1
big
point.
old tumble down
For D plus
towards the
Kia.
bottom, and it certainly
TT
was a
आ गया
vicious
third party
play,
करने.
but here's someone else who's got some talking to do. It is the Thunder Talks looking to shout some nades down towards the Vicious. That looks to be pretty
Beautiful,
much on
beautiful.
target.
सही जगह पे
Gets
किया
one,
मैंने.
that
सही
Riddock
जगह पे
immediate.
किया.
Diminor not get taken down by it, but there's plenty more where that came
गया,
from.
गया,
Left in the
VC
back
गया.
pocket.
Last man
Look
standing
for
है.
the spray
Nice knock.
downs, but Diminor has the
And he needs to
answer.
heal.
Hi, we're now with the nade cooking, looks to put the pressure on, continue that one.
Beautiful
going through.
nade,
The
bro.
flush is there, but Diminor once again fades the
गया.
full knock. Unfortunately,
किसने
the
मारा?
second time
ओए
around,
DRX का
not
बंदा ने
so
मारा
lucky.
आखिरी बंदा को.
Circle shifts away.
नहीं, Zing ने
Thunder
मारा,
Talk
Zing ने
make
मारा,
their
Zing ने
way
मारा.
in.
तीन kill मिल गया
however,
TT को.
now in their way.
TJB also
M4 spray down coming through from
joined the party.
Good initial play as well, assuming where they'd be rezzing off the
What is
backside of the
happening here
cliff.
with D plus Kia?
Let's see if they can push through and get the battering ram going versus 4 and
और उतार दिया लॉक्सी ने मार्कलिन को.
Rage, couple of roll
Nice one,
downs
Carlo.
though, over towards RCB and Alpha 7 start things off strong.
Hopefully he's on the wet weather tires because he has got a blood trail
Marglin
right
finish.
behind them. One flush goes through.
Alpha 7 को 2 kill मिल गया. एक casualty.
Is going to leave them with a
Navi ने kill चोरी
down.
किया.
RCB, sure,
Ajay knock TJB versus TT.
Pressure from those off angles. Navi are behind
Mafia
them.
knock
Team Spirit are ahead of
from
them. Or at least
Kitsune.
Kitsune is rather in this central field position. The smokes are starting to bloom with McGrellan down, keeping.
Likely life's going to get a lot harder. Guild will try to hold out versus Tong Jiabao.
TJB
Good
versus
shots
Guild.
from 4 and
Reefers knock.
sent back and traded.
TJB looking to try and fend off as kills move on in towards the foothills of
DOK ने
Everest.
Zing को knock
Spray
किया.
downs looking
Zing
good
finish
for
है.
The first, but not quite fully connecting.
Zone से मर जाएगा Zing.
There's a knock found as About actually have nades sent back towards them as well. Gilda giving the fight a good go. Effect trying to hold off against Na'Vi, almost solo, but
क्या मारा.
Nomi is here just
Traded
in
instantly.
time to light up from the sidelines. One more to go. Can he keep?
Nomi is the last man standing.
Six is too far away.
Team
to go for
Spirit.
this fight immediately.
Puncher push कर रहा है. Puncher का भी gun power बहुत strong है.
It's big news for Team
Shotgun
Spirit.
versus UMP. Shotgun चिपका दिया.
Pump action. Ready
1v1.
for it. Six now, looking to put the nade over towards him, but the fade
Nomi
back from
versus
Nomi down the
कौन है आखिरी
channel
बंदा?
stays alive. Effect
ये है.
maybe not so
P6.
lucky, but Team
Effect finish हो
Spirit
गया.
still have that outpost.
Incredible stuff from Nomi. Actually runs.
अरे बाप रे कहाँ किया उसने नेड.
And it will be
कहाँ किया भाई उसने नेड. Navi reset 3 man है.
Really well played from Na'Vi.
Team Spirit
down off in the distance as well, and that
another bad match for them.
Early once
DOK
again.
nade से गया 4MB बाहर.
Elimination found from that one, sitting Team Spirit.
4MB is out at hashtag 11.
All the while, Alpha 7 finds themselves some more points, but he's found
Top
Falcons,
knock.
in fact, over towards his northwest side.
TJB solo man कहाँ से हो गया? Guild ने मारी क्या? TJB को.
Donkey ID doing well.
Oh, Falcons are falling apart.
Alpha 7 do have sightlines over towards it. It's Aita with the roll down. The nades over towards Guild, still giving TJB
की लग गई.
pause, but 2 players alive for Guild. Only
Falcons बाहर and hashtag 10.
Will get finally shut down on the northwest.
It's time for
side.
Alpha 7 to rise.
With Void Donkey.
Teams are relying
Yep.
on luck and blessing.
नेक्स्ट सर्कल में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फाइट होगा अल्फा 7 का अगेंस्ट वॉइन डोंकी. बस वो एक फाइट सही से निकाल दे टॉप 3 गारंटेड है. अरे रेवो को नॉक कर दिया भाई वेक्सी ने.
Somehow not down just yet, but Ralph
Wine.
will find one onto Hyunbin.
कहीं और जाओ भाई. NGX से पुश करो. NGX से पुश करो. बूम मार रहा है.
rest of Enigma Galaxy to provide backup.
Only one player now
DRX का आखिरी
remains
बंदा
to
है क्या?
stand for DRX,
Yes, आखिरी
but he's
बंदा
already
है.
getting lit up
QXZ.
from the sidelines on the swivel, but can't find anything. He's blinded by the smoke. There's a third-party push coming through from Void Donkey ID into this area as well.
Boom,
as
bam.
Redox runs them through.
Redox
But
also
there's an
knock.
off-angle knock coming on in, and it's just back and forth between these two teams with that third party, Vexy on the Mini 14. What can you do under this amount of pressure?
In comes Narvalo, drops the smokes, drops the stuns, tries to create a portion of the circle they can continue to play in. In comes more.
और क्या बच्चा 1 HP भाई उसका खत्म. DRX बाहर. NGX का आखिरी बंदा बचा है.
2 players get knocked, but Ralph can move in. Great play
But
from
कोई
him
नहीं आ
to
रहा
back
third
it
party
all the
करने.
way off,
कोई
just
नहीं
in
आ
case
रहा
that
भाई.
they came through, trusting in his teammates to finish the job. But Alpha 7 taking shots over towards Void Donkey.
3v3
Like I
fight
said,
है.
if they can
Void
isolate
Donkey
an
versus
angle,
Alpha 7.
They might have a bit of time of it.
Incilio looking to push through the open fields as well.
एक fight निकाल दो भाई, एक fight
They've got
निकाल दो.
protection from Alpha 7's
Alpha
position. They're preoccupied, and Incilio used that opportunity to move up across the open ground. The damage done to Influence Rage, but there is a nade sent back towards Redlick. Laura's in on the off angle, finds the flush as well. Westron looking to find the final players of Influence Rage, but not quite.
Carilla knock from puncher by दो साइड से मार खा रही है Alpha 7. Navi and Void Donkey दोनों साइड से.
Incilio still with 3, and they've still got the hovercraft roll down, and it's a specialty of Incilio.
ये गाड़ी बड़ा danger गाड़ी है bro.
Angles. Lorazin gets clipped as Westron to find it, draws the attention, draws the eye with a hovercraft. But it's the M4 to put it down in the end.
INF,
yeah, the great distractor apparently here in the hovercraft.
Alpha 7 2-man.
Dude's just needing to send bullets into it, but you can't really with the fact that Westron's on the back lines of a nades in hand. Still, it's only 2 players knocked. This is very recoverable here for Influence Rage. Not with that kind of nade though that comes over the top side. Westron peeks ever closer over towards them. A getaway in full pursuit, but Westron is not having any of it.
So Lil Boy is the last man standing.
The team on the north, Galaxy re-establishing themselves with all 4 players on the north side.
INS well played, 7 finishes, 3 men strong.
They will get eliminated.
Alpha 7 का आखिरी बंदा बचा है वो है Revo.
5 teams now remain. We've got Na'Vi, we've got Incilio. Alpha 7, they have been taken down in the process of this match. Na'Vi moving across that road have been able to successfully.
तो आपस में लड़ो यार तुम लोग. छोड़ दो Alpha 7 को थोड़ी देर. Nice one puncher.
So Alpha 7 is alive and they can push further into this game. Revo's going to likely just keep himself and his nose clean for a little bit longer.
Injects 4-man बचे बे.
Does very well in endgame.
Injects 4-man बचे. They were just last man standing. After DRX fight.
Out just yet, but with
moving in, stretching their supply line.
Revo gaya.
Side. Circle goes
Alpha 7 outed #5.
And Narvalo is already in it.
कितने points मिले
on the southeast side, Na'Vi on the
Not
west.
very
These
much.
are the 2 teams.
Over the progress of
वो
survival
lobby
stage,
जाते
last
जाते
chance,
वापस
felt
आ
like
गया
they
ना.
were just absorbing
तो उनका
more
खून
and
बहुत
more
गर्म होता
experience
है.
as they went on, and they're coming into this one as a fearsome beast.
Let's
They've
see.
leveled up absolutely. Now Na'Vi feels the brunt of the pain coming through from Void Donkey as they start to hoof them out the side of the circle.
2 knocks.
Last man standing for Na'Vi.
Down to 1. Lemon run for the hills. Looking to get squeezed out here by Void Donkey ID. The nades continue to pour on in. Those flushes are all but in the pocket for them.
Nimbu.
9 elims.
Nimbu is the last man standing.
Left and right. Only 1 player from Na'Vi remains. And Void Donkey
Void
ID
Donkey,
have a
good
really
match,
good
bro.
opportunity
Good match.
to
8
take
finishes, 3 men strong.
Massive result for themselves here. A little bit too bold. Potato could potentially get that res. Enigma Galaxy now with the impact frags. Westron goes down, and that is the high ground angle spotted.
Nimbu ने kill चोरी किया
The
NGX का.
hovercraft is still on side blank. We know that there's plenty of mischief still to be had, but Enigma Galaxy, they're going to try and put a stop
गाड़ी में
to
बंदा
it.
है. गाड़ी में बंदा है.
Do they
देख
see
लिया
the
देख
player
लिया
in
देख
sight?
लिया.
I think they've spotted
छोड़ो.
it. Force him out. And now around the edge of it, has to try and find a cheeky
एक knock किया.
It's not Valo.
Patch in it.
Now a second
Nice
chance,
trade.
but SnowX does take him down. 2 players have fallen
Bravo,
for
bye,
Enigma
Red
Galaxy, and this is an opportunity for Void Donkey ID to move in with their 3 players from the west side.
3TN actually priming a nade for himself. It goes long though. We'll get the damage numbers on it, and we'll probably send another through.
Nimbu गया. Na'Vi बाहर.
It goes long again. So for 3TN, unfortunate they're not able to pick that one up. Now Valo looks for the heal. The radio tower in the middle, and all the squads will be radioing in their strategy going forward.
Nice one. चलो. NGX अभी अंधा push करेगा.
By 3TN.
2v4 fight है.
Raises
NGX should be aggressing.
Enigma Galaxy might try to move off the back of that though as they
Void Donkey ID with the challenge. Redox cooking one of first of, I'm assuming, is going to be about 6 or 7 nades that's going to fly in just a moment, but into the gunfight we go. Down into the dip, Razor not going to be able to take that shot. Instead, lines up between them, dips back in, gets that reload, moves forwards, gives them the slip. The runaround is there.
हो गया, done. Oh, NGX से 2 बंदे नो. दे दिया. 1v2 fight for Vexy.
1v1, it's up to Vexy now.
1v2 fight for Vexy.
Enigma Galaxy are able to keep it
and
under
with
control.
that, the prediction goes right for
from
me
the
as
east
well.
Side. They roll
And
up
NGX
top of
winner
the
gonna
hill
chicken dinner.
and find the chicken dinner.
Depends on the grind.
Nice and quickly have made
Reefus
their way
अकेला
through.
ऊपर.
Team Spirit are
Falcons
yet to
जा रहे.
drop on farm.
उतार दिया top को.
Seen
Action, last man standing.
so. Ooh, dear. This might be the end of the
यार
fight.
क्या
Rufus
टट्टी
lines
चल
up
रहा है
for a
भाई.
shot before
छी.
MV.
potentially go for a little bit of a swim here, but in comes the
INS push कर दिया.
He sees it.
भागो.
Take it immediately. Looks to get out of there.
Oh, he's struggling to get into the crates. Wants to
इसको
try.
बोलता है भगा भगा के मारना.
Dangerous. rotation spotted yet again. Bash doesn't quite make the pull.
मार दिए.
But there is Westron through.
Falcons बाहर.
Falcons out.
At hashtag 16.
Place no.
Galaxy and Point ID, they can get further into this one, but it's Team Spirit.
अरे फिर से वापस वही स्ट्रेटजी किया. टीम स्पिरिट. ये गाड़ी बोट के ऊपर डाल के चलते भाई ये.
यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा भाई?
गाड़ी बोट के ऊपर डाल के चलते ये. और इस बार और स्टाइल में चल रहा है गाड़ी. वाह 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 वाह.
It's just going to fall off. I mean, maybe you could just get the wheels onto the sand if it falls off the sand.
क्या बात है ब्रो.
They are going to have to use a nade.
हर बार का स्ट्रेटजी है. अभी गाड़ी लोटस, I mean ग्रेनेड लोटस करेंगे.
The value of this rotation, as we saw back in the group stages, being able to have a vehicle at your disposal.
Bro, this strategy is. अरे गाड़ी कहाँ गया?
Where's it gone?
Hang on.
Where's it gone?
गाड़ी कहाँ गया?
Inside the boat.
Put that car back. There's a whole
उधर ही है मुझे लगा भाई. अरे पानी में गया बे गाड़ी.
ये करेंगे वो करेंगे मार.
Break across.
If it is fixed, then bro, teams have to fight for it, bro.
Steps on in.
Reverse knock finish from Ajay.
On the main military island.
Oi! Nice one, man. Nice one. बोला मैंने गिल्ड मार खाएगा. देखो लास्ट मैन स्टैंडिंग है गिल्ड का.
Very nicely, nice and
Last night, last two. Nice one, Osal.
A little bit cleaner there, and Guild down another.
It's a nasty couple of pellets mid-air there for Osal. This is what you want to see more and more. Strong team.
चलो डी प्लेस किया. गुड स्टार्ट. अब तो कम बैक कर लो भाई. अब तो कम बैक कर लो. आ गया टॉप 12 में आ गया डी प्लेस किया.
Towards those spots very shortly. Pongji about
Nice
for a crazy rotate out. I'm not too
हुआ
sure.
last man standing here.
Point Donkey ID certainly put them in their place.
Ooh, but they did lose a player
Nice
earlier,
one.
meaning they are only 3 and 2 players knocked on the
1v1 है हुआ के लिए.
Difficult. What's
मार दी
going
क्या?
on here?
Point Donkey बाहर क्या?
Race across
नहीं.
the bridge here.
1v1.
Osal tries to make it parallel to RCB. Neither team taking shots. They're all in their own vehicles, meaning they can't just pop out the passenger side window. You can stop.
Deep place kiya, Nalbo knock finish.
Do not want to lose time, and that is what is stopping RCB taking the fight. TJB continue their roll up, but they're being rebuffed. Do they have the chops to take it down? 6, 7, 6 with the last
ये क्या था?
to go, and it's not going
ये क्या था bro?
to make it work. Razor stays alive with a hop in.
Have you guys seen what just happened, bro? ये तो rewind करके देखने वाला सीन है, bro. Wow. हुआ and 676 push किया, ठीक है?
Passenger side window, you can stop.
Just take a look what just happened.
Do not want to lose time, and that is what.
Wind on का आखिरी बंदा है. Rezak. 50 HP उसका. चिपका दिया उसने हुआ को. गाड़ी में गेट इन करके मारा bro उसने. 1 HP था. 1 HP था. गाड़ी में गेट इन करके चिपका दिया उसने. 1v3 TJB by Rezak.
Blind. He was truly
Wow.
blind in that moment. He walked
Wow.
right in front of him and didn't do anything about it. I mean, the fact that he was able to get 2 more
Insane,
shots
bhai.
with the shotgun is absolutely
Play of the tournament है so far ये.
I have
Play
no
of the
idea how
tournament.
that took place. But there
Wine
you go,
Donkey.
Wine Donkey ID. The count
Wine Donkey.
do get back up on
Rezak.
their feet, so fantastic stuff to them.
क्या बचा बे?
On the high
0
ground
HP है
there.
बंदा.
Super low.
INS बाहर.
Finally.
Team Spirit का मैच है boys.
Break in.
ये बहन कहाँ गया?
Team Spirit का one side match है.
Move up to the wall. Point Donkey ID just about get up into third, and Team Spirit to close.
Team
us
Spirit is
down.
back.
They've been quiet in the first 2 matches, but they.
The real fun begins now.
On the military island rotate, getting 4 on
उसको
this
पता है वो
game.
ब्रिज क्रॉस नहीं कर सकता तो फाइट लेने जा रहा है वो.
Pacer. Point
मार्गलिन 1v1 लिया हक दिया.
Top there with a 1-for-1 trade over towards McGrellin. We're in stage 3, 45 seconds really to get this res going, so you can get that heat.
Top knock from Carrillo.
Trade it off, but the flush goes through, and Alpha 7 lose 1.
Should be another good grenade over the top as well. Falcons are suffering somewhat. In comes East, another airburst on this one. Does get a tagger damage as well, so that gives him information, but it could have easily been a tagger damage on towards a knock player. He moves up, East has to back off again. S12K in the hands of Carrillo. It really did carry them through a lot of the group stage. And East is terrified.
Carrillo, please, no choke.
Goes for the sprays, it's good shots, and East will finish it off.
अबे क्या यार?
Able to shut that
क्यों?
one down, and Carrillo goes
फालतू का फाइट था ये.
for the game. 2 players now left for Alpha 7.
एकदम फालतू का फाइट था. मार्गलिन का भी, कारिलो का भी.
It's good or it's very bad.
अरे वो भी गया. That means Alpha 7 बाहर.
Or it's very bad.
It's not good or very bad. It's very good or it's very bad.
There's no in between.
There's no in between.
RCB versus TJB.
It's hard to criticize Nomi because he has this weird playstyle where you're accepting that he's going to make some bad mistakes at times, but other times he will carry your team. Tong Jiabao, on the other hand, trying to rely on Flower in the back line.
Going well though, the spray
Wow.
downs over towards RCB, but finally locks
2v2.
in, finds his feet, steps forwards, leans his shoulder down, and charges. TJB pushed back, and now just 676 on the off angle. There's no way you get this res. You can't stay in the blue for RCB. The only way they get these players back up is if they move them forwards. They get the wedge on the vehicle. That is really rough. Silas is going to go down here. Sara very likely to fall as well.
No way.
They pick him up on the bonnet. All right.
Unintentional था, but Sara बच जाएगा, I think.
Behind the vehicle. They're not into the zone just yet. They might be able
Sara
to
बच
find the
जाएगा.
res here, but it's so on the line. It's down to the wire. Wild might be able to find it, but in the meantime, the rest of RCB has fallen. That is the flush on the off angle, and now it's just Wild.
Last man standing for
It was
RCB.
getting a little bit
Wild.
crazy there, but finally we find some sanity.
Okay, reasonable behavior. You know, like a rhino just sticks the player on the front horn there, fair enough.
4MV
Works out,
एकदम
gets
छुप-छुप
the
के top 5 में आ गया.
Unfortunately, there are off angles there taking shots at the same time, but for RCB,
Nice one.
quick thinking in the moment.
Dabba.
Vehicle, which is something you never want to see in this type of moment. DRX though, this is the team that I say usually performs quite well on this.
Team Tamilas भाग रहा है
Stuck
bro.
down towards that south side for the time being. Currently up against Thunder Talks.
Looking to try and move in on that south side. I mean, that hilltop to the south is fairly decent to play from on the south side. You've got a lot of oversight to the compound towards Team Spirit, but the circle just keeps pushing you away and away from it.
TT always
Hilltop
plays good
less
from day
valuable
2.
Now, not to be able to get through as quick as he did. Thunder Talk going to try and send towards the roadside, but getting lit up by Apex. And the second as well.
TT बाहर.
To follow. 4MV staying alive.
4MV
7
is cooking, bro.
elims, 4
7
players.
finishes.
Let's see what they could do from the southwest
4 man
side.
strong.
4MV, this is a good opportunity. Look, the fact of the matter is, 7 elims, they've not done too terribly in the last 3 matches. Up to 18 points. It's a good start for 4MV. And like I said, this is a team, although looking first place, looking more for redemption here at PMGC also. DRX moving around on that eastern side. Incilio once again into those final moments of the game with 5 eliminations early on. Great stuff.
4MV कैसे आए? काला जादू करके.
Players though, they're trying to push in on this eastern side. You can see Nomi, the outpost for Team Spirit.
9 finishes for 4MV, bro.
Out there. It's really difficult to move in past.
4MV अगर चिकन निकाल दी तो top 3 आ जाएगी.
With the
Top 3 क्या?
positions on the
Top
south
2 आ जाएगी.
haven't really been taken care of. They can't move freely, but they're going to go for this crash now. Incilio on the north side are making their move. Team Spirit have put a lot more pressure onto this east side. Kitsune moving in to bolster that side of their hold. Matic going to be holding the west almost on his own. As Guild have managed to survive for quite a while after crashing into this position, but they have 3 players and likely going to
ये
have
red dot क्यों मार रहा है? Scope नहीं मिलेगा
just
इसको.
across the road from it. DRX suffering the most for it, however, as Soes goes low, goes down.
Yeah.
Guild may be able to pick up another point.
Rage, they'll be across the road towards that eastern side. Likely going to be the biggest roadblock for them going forward.
DRX बाहर.
Got the purple massive over towards the western side.
4MV मार रहा है भाई. 12
Huge
finishes.
spot 4MV, completely
Let's go,
obliterates
Doc. Let's
Na'Vi.
go.
Able to take down the remaining players of Na'Vi. Doc with a big nade over the top. It's been a while since we started to see that sort of pressure. And now 12 elims found for 4MV. From the southwest side,
They're
they will
30
have
now.
to move past Team Spirit, try and take control of it. But for now, they are
Falcons,
in charge
एक
of
chicken,
this
उसके
game
बाद
from the
choke,
southwest
choke,
side.
choke.
The west edge
तीन
contested by
मैच में
the
2 पॉइंट
Vicious,
निकाला
by
ब्रो.
the Galaxy
Falcons
as well.
3 मैच में 2
On the
पॉइंट.
north side,
Unbelievable.
closer to the coastline, that will be the major
Guild
threat.
esports
If
बाहर.
Rage clear out Guild, and on the south side, they will have a little bit longer
सिर्फ
to play
kill feed
with.
में सिर्फ
Cilio,
Doc
however, still
दिख रहा है
yet
ब्रो.
to make distance up on the high ground. Now has 4MV to deal with almost solo. The rest of Team Spirit can't move into help, but in comes the Vicious with that sideswipe angle. Nick the Galaxy as well. They're fighting on 2 fronts. Apex
मार देगा 4MV
Redox,
इनको भी.
Redox goes down then, and Ralph is low, taken away as well. That comes through.
15 finishes for 4MV.
2 eliminations.
Doc का 7 solo finishes है.
15 elims. Looking to try and get that res. You can see Matic is giving ground and allowing them to move
What
up.
is
to this ridge
happening,
line.
bro?
He doesn't really have too many options.
They want that anchor point to come through, but 4MV starts to creep, looking over the top, and it might just be the
Yeah,
Vicious
that's
to potentially bail
Beautiful
Team
spray
Spirit
and
out this
tapping.
horrendous location.
Nice
versus
one. Doc
Incilio.
8 finishes.
The only
16
thing keeping Matic alive
for
is
4MV.
the Vicious as well, but he is slowly bleeding out. You can see his health bar almost nothing, and I don't think Team Spirit get this one back under control. Incilio with a last-ditch wide sweep here.
4MV,
McLaren.
okay.
David
और एक
wants to
kill मिल
try and
जाएगा,
shut that
Doc.
down, but Is it going to be able to find the crash all the way?
17 now
the
for
backline certainly not so lucky as
Kamar
Apex
Rebe.
crest the
9
red
finishes.
over towards their high ground.
DOK.
Counterpoint on the east edge. They have the blue zone pushing. Fash has to step up. Redlick as well. Incilio not long for this one.
और एक
DOK is going in.
अबे DOK के 11 सोलो फिनिशेस होने वाला है.
8 eliminations. The nades have been flowing.
10,
Thick and fast.
11.
The Baron of the zone, the apex predator of the circle.
We're about to
DOK
witness
needs
history,
no
guys.
introductions.
We are witnessing
Team
history right
spirit
now.
on the rollout. One player dropped by the wayside.
The highest
Shooting in the
finishes
fence to move into
by a
the rest
solo
of the match.
player
Spray down over
is about to be
1-3 and 3
set
teams
by
remain.
DOK.
The Vicious on the off angle. 2 players there. Team Spirit as a duo.
It's
as
11
well,
right
but
now.
It is 4 players for 4MV. Riding high. Over towards the high ground as well.
20 finishes for
Around the
4MV.
edge, and it is the first to fall.
Effect
is
knock
out.
finish from David.
Vicious with 2, but Kitsune right now looking like
Kitsune is
he's
the last man
prey
standing for Team Spirit.
4MV. Kitsune looking to take his fate into his own hands. A Molotov drops to the ground, then he'll burn to a crisp.
Apex ने मार दिया Kitsune को. 21 for
Now
4MV.
down to 2 players, the Vicious and 4MV.
अरे एक kill मिल जाए DOK को, एक kill और.
Looking to break their previous record.
23 eliminations potentially.
This is the
on
best
cards here
match
for 4MV as DOK sweeps
for
out to the
4MV
wide angle. 2 players
in this
standing their
tournament,
way
bro.
right now. A big
22
name
finishes का match
could
था,
cause some
भूल जाओ
upset,
उसको.
but I just don't
Grand
think
finals
it'll
day
happen.
1.
The glasses on, lad.
I do. I've had to readjust. We're back in.
Everyone were
Purple
doubting
on the map blank.
4MV's
It's confusing, but I'll tell you what I'm
potential.
sure of, it's DOK moving forwards. He wants these
And
last
अब देखो
2
क्या कर
players
दिए
go.
लोग.
As the crossfire on the nades. This is dangerous.
Ah,
Okay.
गलत भाई, गलत.
Uh-oh.
गलत.
Classic DOK back in action.
Oh no.
You hate to see it. The Vicious, though, currently on the outer edge at the moment. 4MV holding a lot of space. DOK gives his life for the rest of the team.
Nice one, Baron.
Lovely
Nice one, nice
shot
one, nice
from
one.
Baron.
Rev
Now
दो.
one more left
Yeah,
remaining, and Reefus looks to finish it off. And it's 4MV.
23?
23 eliminations
23, right?
and a chicken dinner.
23
on our last
finishes.
Of the day.
Winner chicken dinner
To the
for
top
4MV.
spot here.
यार ये हमेशा
Massive
11 का
chicken
कर्स रहता है यार,
dinner.
हमेशा 11 का रह
4MV.
जाता है कर्स.
Make themselves known.
I thought 12 solo finishes होने वाला
It
है.
is redemption. It is
But
the
नहीं हो पाया, but
dominate,
still.
And 4MV is back.
An insane record.
What a way to
from
close
4MV.
that down. They move through this lobby like a hot knife through butter. Can they keep this momentum going?
PMGC से बाहर हो गए थे,
This high
फिर
train
qualify हो
rolling.
गए थे,
That
all
is the
thanks to
question
brute
now
force.
at the forefront
And इधर
of
आके
their
ऐसा
minds.
मचा रहे.
Now the fans of 4MV
Must be a
here
great
in the
feeling, bro.
arena. A
भगवान ने
massive
इनको सेकंड
game.
चांस
Will it be enough to keep them in the
दिया, इसलिए.
But since
The
then,
overall standings are here. 4MV #1, INS 43, Team Spirit 34.
Oh, no.
Now take a look at the second half.
TJB
of,
still
leaderboard as
struggling.
well. I mean,
TT
Team
still
Plus has had a
struggling.
Very tough time here so far in our first day, but also, you know, Thunder Talk. We've
Mongolia
talked
domination
about
days are
this
back.
team.
They find the flush. They're looking for those nades to continue it coming on through. Nolbu, though, moving into position to go for a bold rollout.
भाई
on the
भाई जो
vehicle.
टीम्स
Just
खेल
connects
रही
down,
है
turns
इन
back
सबके
around.
पास
The rest of
कोच
D
एंड
plus here
एनालिस्ट
want to
होते हैं
enable him
क्या?
to do that.
Majority,
And they
yes.
find what they're looking for.
Majority of the
Not
teams
sent
के
out
पास
across
होता है.
the way.
Not
This is
everyone.
looking good for D plus here, but Fabian goes down. A potential turnaround on the cards, but the Vicious, they are suffering heavily, and it's just David left. A spray
Oi,
down on the high
DC
ground.
बाहर.
D
D
plus
plus
here
किया,
handle
good job.
it. One knock sent back over towards Fabian, and they'll have to move past Void Donkey ID. However, they found 3 points already.
It's an unfortunate conclusion.
Void
The
Donkey
Vicious
versus D
chapter
plus
there
किया.
from D
NGX
plus
versus Alpha
here.
7. Carillo knock finish.
Spot in the circle now going off towards that western side. There's still Void
Last
Donkey
man standing
ID
here,
in the
bhai.
way, like you say, and
Revo.
Falcons in front
Falcons
of
का
them.
East knock.
But RCB, Loxy,
Creating a little island for themselves in the midst of it all. Void Donkey ID, they've been in this crater for a while, and now D plus Kia are looking to try and blast them out of it. Nolbu nade over, gets it open. A Potato's the second to fall, and that's going to
क्या बात है, push करेगा D plus किया.
Waiting on.
चल भाई, आखिरी बंदा है. आखिरी बंदा, ले 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 बस. 7 finishes.
From D plus Kia.
D plus किया, good job.
Start the game. It's a team that I really wanted to see do a lot better, and I mean, it usually does start from Nolbu starting to make some.
चल तुम लोग भी निकालो एक 30
And I
30
like to see
pointer.
it, honestly.
मजा
A
आएगा.
lot of times Nolbu does have to spread a little bit more room over towards that western side.
उसको खुद पे मॉली डाल के रिकॉल हो जाना चाहिए.
This is a great opportunity for them. Circle moving a little bit further over towards
Alpha 7 बाहर.
They might have a bit
It
more
is what
time
it
on
is.
here.
Alpha 7 going down, losing their last player. McGallum
19
removed
points
the form from
after
their
5
side,
matches.
And their approach is made 2% easier.
now looking to push a little bit further over towards that western side, clear out some of these teams potentially. Enigma Galaxy, they can get involved, but I think Tong Jiabao are likely the next victims on the list. DRX have already found a strong spot to play down towards the south side.
4MV अगर NGX को बाहर कर दी ना, बहुत क्रेजी सिचुएशन बन जाएगा 4MV के लिए. 2 बंदे गए. Last man standing for NGX.
And they were barely able to get close.
Narvalo managed to get ahead of it, but he's the last player now to
सिर्फ टीम स्पिरिट रह जाएगा कंपटीशन और कोई नहीं. अगर NGX बाहर हो गया तो हो गया बाहर. NGX out. Team Spirit is the only competition 4MV has in this lobby now. अगर वही बाहर हो गया तो गैप बहुत खतरनाक बन जाएगा 4MV का. Navi Nimbu knock. Nimbu
have an even closer towards the 53 points now that 4MV have, and if 4MV can get over this next ridgeline, it's going to be a hell of a chase.
Yeah, honestly, I think 4MV could make their way down
Spirit
towards
का
the
अच्छा
right
zone
side.
है.
They know that rotational path came through.
Spirit का बहुत प्यारा zone है bro.
Wildcard team
Kills मिलेंगे उनको.
next though, because if TJP would like to battering ram their way down towards the south side, there's not much 4MV can do about it. They'll be distracted with it for a little while. I imagine they'll conclude that fight, but that might delay them too much. So it sort of does depend.
ये साइड बम बम होगा.
How
I think Falcons बचेंगे इधर.
TJP want to get.
अरे मार bro, मार east.
For Falcons, but top taken down low means his teammate's going to be denied.
He's just like, what just
Yeah,
happened?
it's like, what? Guys, come on. That was a nade. What you doing? D plus Kia, though, they've been sweeping pretty effectively. 7 elims so far, and now they're turning their attention to Influence Rage,
Wow.
and I'm pretty
Nice
sure
one.
that they wish that didn't happen. What a spray down, what a roll around. Fabian does go down
Hard
again.
finishes,
but
3 man
he's got
strong.
3 elims, he's doing
Falcons
the
से 2
work.
बंदे गए.
Still the last to stand, but
Falcons
Kia
बाहर.
handling the fight on multiple fronts. Influence Rage.
Nice try.
Fabian is flushed. Osal
26
is not,
points.
and maybe Na'Vi
5 point मिले इनको 4 matches में.
9 elims already blank for D plus Kia.
Yeah, gorgeous fight there for
Fabian
D+.
finish.
I don't think you could have asked for
9
much better there,
finishes
because
for
both
D+,
fights
yeah.
concluded so quickly that now you can deal with that Western
It's about
push
time, bro. It's
really
about time.
easily. But Na'Vi, in their head, it's like there's at least
इस
3
zone में जाना.
teams
TT के 2
over
बंदे
there.
गए.
So if a fight's taking place,
Zing.
like, we'll have the drop
Boy.
and we'll get third party. But in this case, it's a full 1v1. More damage coming through down towards that south side. It's the Thunder Talks. Tong Jiabao picks up 1 on the
TJP का
back
आखिरी
line of
बंदा है ये.
Na'Vi. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
Triple S doing a
Sorry, ये
lot of
आखिरी नहीं है
damage.
क्या? और एक है
2
क्या?
players down. Now D+ might want to
आखिरी कौन है?
capitalize off the back of this.
Longs.
That is the case. It was either Tong Jiabao went down and harassed RCB, or they head up towards Na'Vi, but potentially it's both.
It's actually just
पूरा spirit chicken निकालेगा तो मजा आएगा.
Nade over the top, coming on through.
Oi,
Pick up
लग
a
गई.
double, and an immediate
लग
burst right over
गई.
the top of the Mosel doesn't have time to get these players back
D+
up.
किया,
The
कि
zone's
लग
pushing in.
गई.
You can't res out here. 2 points immediately snapped back by Na'Vi, and they are able to clock on to D+'s gain. 6 looking to put the final nade over. Osal now running for the hills, trying to spray down Na'Vi, keep them back to the blue.
Na'Vi putting the pins in the board, sinking their battleships in the process. Very, very well done. Those
Ajay knock
nades were
from Apex.
insanely placed. Apex with another down
Ajay
towards
finish.
Thunder Talks. Not likely they're getting across that road.
DOK
in the first
chaser
place.
damage.
It's a very, very difficult position to play for Thunder Talks, and 4MV just have this angle. DRX did go down earlier.
और एक knock
Another
by
pick
DOK.
on there for 4MV, and it will be Thunder Talks now out. But it is looking like
उतार दिया Longs
4MV
net को.
are on for another good game here, John.
1v1. Longs
5
versus
elims,
Puncher.
they've got some momentum. 2-2 split on the southwest side of the ridgeland, but Team Spirit have Central. Quiet, but they haven't been in any fights so far. I question how much ammo they're going to have in reserve, but we know that they can ration it. They know they're good in that sort of scenario.
Which gives a little bit more time to 4MV and RCB. That is disastrous.
Osal is still surviving, by the way.
Spirit. They are dealing in that head over towards the eastern side.
End zone
Big
fight
shots
वही.
on these teams
4MV,
off
Spirit,
from that northern
RCB.
edge. Now it gives time for them to figure out their next plan, figure out what strategy they want to go with.
Team Spirit do have the ability to stay in the compound for a little bit longer because the fight on the high ground has
मार
to
दिया
be
Na'Vi
through.
को.
With Na'Vi going down, we now have 4 teams remaining, but RCB and 4MV are going to have to scrap this one out. 4MV regroup now, they're pushing in as 4. They're trying to move over to the high ground. The
Spirit
RCB
chicken, boys.
before
Team
they
Spirit
want to
chicken.
Sweep this out. They can get it cleanly. They have the high ground. They have that.
RCB and 4MV का fight होगा.
Control their movements a little bit better.
There will be
RCB
casualties.
over the top, those splits the difference is a split wide, left and right.
Team Spirit chicken.
4MV dodges the damage. Another one cooking, but Reefus and Doc have one as well. An aid over towards Loxy finds the mark. Doc now with a second. The
Nice
shotgun
one.
from Reefus though.
दो बंदे गए
blocking
RCB के. 2v4
Finds the bite down onto RCB. There's the flush.
क्या
And the step
खेल रही है
towards the
4M
backline.
माँ
RCB
कसम
cannot withstand.
That is incredible from Reefus. I mean, he's hitting some good shots that last game, but now he's out here to play.
स्पिरिट देखो पोजीशन कर रहा है खुद को
delete us in this process.
सही है
As they push further and further towards the north, giving RCB no chance to counter. But a great play from Team Spirit, rocking up behind them on that south side. This is a really, really good rotate. This is a great split out coming through from Team Spirit. They need RCB to live for
Sara is the last man standing.
They can start to take shots across.
It's Super Sub Sara to stay alive for a little bit. For
B.
RCB further off in the distance
पीछे से
on the
secret
north
आएगा
side, and Team Spirit will
Secret
put the
बोल रहा
pressure
Spirit,
on.
Team Spirit आ गया
for
पीछे
D
से
plus Kia, by the way, this entire time is surviving
This
out
is
in the
actually
open.
good news for
Someone's
RCB.
going down. I think it's a top 3 for D plus Kia, but Team Spirit
Proper 4v4 fight, 4MV versus Team Spirit.
4MV on the tables and
Reefus
on the
low.
match. Reefus
Doc
low.
knock
Doc
by
blasting
Nomi.
away as effect to Nomi handle that flank. Kitsune and Matic make their approach. The spray
Reefus
down is
knock,
good.
Reefus
Baron
finish.
under pressure now with an 8 cooking, needs to find the mark, but Team Spirit looking healthy. What can Baron do here? Kitsune up for the challenge. The rest of his
It could
team
not be
there,
an instant
1-for-1
trade.
on
Last
the
man
trade,
standing
and
here,
4MV
Apex.
now have only Apex to rely on.
Apex bound the vehicle, has to make a mad dash up towards the blue. Damage comes through thick.
4MV
and
बाहर.
fast, and Team
Now
Spirit
who can stop
gets the full squad wipe.
Team Spirit?
8 eliminations, not a bad result.
1v,
there for
1v4
4MV,
situation है.
But what a
Osal
wonderful decision coming through
and
from
Sara.
Team Spirit to make. This might have been the triple. Osal looks for RCB.
अबे हगा Osal.
And immediately gets clapped back.
Osal हगा.
One elimination denied for Team
And
Spirit.
Sara
They're not
hashtag two.
incredibly pleased with that one. It's
इनको
not
15
massive
points मिले ना?
winner, but nonetheless,
49
it's
points
still
total.
16 points.
Team Spirit.
That's fantastic.
Excellent result for Team Spirit.
Well played, Team
Same
Spirit, well
story
played.
for D plus
पता
Kia,
अगर
getting
थोड़ा
a
भी
lot of
4MV
points
थोड़ा
out of that one. I think that they
consistency में
might be
choke
the
हो गया
highest
ना
points earners on that
तो
match
Team
play.
Spirit ले लेगा आराम से
RCB
प्यार से
able to- Need to be worried. The pump actions there. Westron finally
Westron
let out
finish
on the off angle. So first blood goes to TJB. And Cilio extract themselves from this scenario. They're keeping TJB here as well. It has to be said. And finally,
दे दिया nice one flower edge
for the opener with that micro Uzi. Into the ground floor they go. The pump actions there as well. Through Tiana, looking to try and lock down the staircase, but it isn't going to stop them from getting on in. Longs with that high ground again. Such an impressive.
ग्रेनेड से ही मार सकते ब्रो घुस के मारना not possible है
For TJB, they
Is
have
building
played
में.
very oddly.
In the meantime, everybody else on the map is getting looted. They're getting rotated. They're getting positions in this.
nice one अब करेंगे
A nade in from Long.
हो गया boom bang
Cilio for
हुआ 1v3
go.
INS
TJB. Get all four.
one less competition to worry about for 4MV and Team
What a great
Spirit
start to their day today, and it
RCB पड़ गया गिल्ड के पीछे free kills
What's going on?
ये ओए सारा का डब्बा डल गया
Are losing players as well. RCB having a
बस one more bonus points है भाई ये तो bonus points है
West side of this circle could have been a really big
मजाक
impact
कर रहा हूँ
position, but losing
but on a serious note यार वो
taking another knockout as well. with
गिल्ड को तो भाई दौड़ा के मारेंगे
from the north edge. This is a dangerous situation. You can see the Falcons are looking to scout out towards it. Everybody wants a piece of this third party.
getting invited directly to grand finals
shots around the side. Meantime, stood dead still on the inside.
Nice
Here,
one,
it's a
Wild.
good shot there from
गिल्ड
Wild.
बाहर
Wait for
RCB
the beat
5
to
finishes
through,
3 man
and
strong
RCB should be able to get their players back.
सारा का casualty नहीं होना था
And
इधर
RCB would like
हो
a
गया
few more points on this one.
Which side to your north, and it looks like they're investing a little bit into that. Well, I say a little bit. They're moving 3 of their players up to keep control.
और else Alpha
up
7
towards
का
the north side
एस्ता
ridge
वो
of this compound. If
वो
they
दी
can
दो हो
stop
जाएगा
players crossing the road up there,
मतलब
they
एल
are
लग
going
जाएगा
to have
बोल के
such great
पोर्चुगीज में
oversight into
उतार दिया
the
रिफस को
now south
एपेक्स लो
over that fielded area to their south.
4MV बाहर
It's a tough push in.
4MV बाहर that should be
Music.
music
Find one over towards
to Team Spirit's ears
ID, but this is a big chance. And I think it's the strongest we'll see Team Spirit in a long, long time. There's a question of whether they can maintain it going into the next year. But right now, I would say that this is their chance.
कि
at
लग
the
गई
trophy.
बैकअप चाहिए बैकअप
South side,
लॉन्ग्स
Nick
नॉक
Alex
बैकअप
stop TJB's roll up. Successful pick off onto Longs around flexing out onto the high ground ridge line on the roadside
बाप
approach
रे
that they
बाप
take into
जाओ
the south
पत्थर
edge
के
of this
पीछे
circle.
लॉन्ग्स
Does
फिनिश
shift over to the northeast edge of it. And TJB trying to patch themselves up, but the nades
बारिश हो रहा है नेड्स का
flowing forwards, followed by players
गया हुआ अभी
into the fight.
TJB की लग गई
676 triple S trying to move around
MGX is a boom bomb team bro. I love
Galaxy a
the
little
way
bit too aggressive on it, but careening down into the valley is not the way to go. Triple S going to be lit up and torn apart surely.
676 ने Redox को knock किया
and actually they're trading off fairly well. Dipping back behind the rock has a first day to play around, and Narvalo's now
क्या बात है one more from 676
I think you have
2v2 fight है
unit large for Enigma Galaxy, but it's not the case as TJB comes back on through.
676 stepping up his game.
As well as
Rauf and Snoix.
Two awesome names to say, to be quite honest.
Scenario with Triple S going down. It's just the two players.
एक को knock कर दिया.
Galaxy, the one out here as well. But 676 finds Ralph.
चलो भाई.
Does get traded off.
Nice try 676.
From Snoix, but Team Spirit.
चलो आखिरी बंदा को मार दिया. 3 किल मिला.
Works out.
नहीं किल चोरी किया मैटिक ने. मैटिक ने किल चोरी किया.
Clear run now into the circle.
D+ is still scouting.
चलो भाई अभी स्पिरिट है ना आराम से लेगा ये मैच
fly on in. We've also going down
बहुत क्लोज आ जाएगा इस मैच के बाद स्पिरिट 4MB का.
This is the opportunity for Team Spirit. The fact that no one's taken this compound on the south side is crazy to me. But for Team Spirit, it might not be the best compound in the world, but it is certainly to play. For the Falcons though, picking up 2 eliminations over towards Influence Rage. Action still struggling at the outside in the blue.
भाई अल्फा 7 पूरी साल अच्छा खेलती है PMGC फाइनल में चोक कर देता है ये 4 आउट ऑफ 5 सीजन से यही हो रहा है कोई बात नहीं ये साल में ऑलरेडी एक बार वो लोग वर्ल्ड चैंपियंस बने दोबारा बने ना बने क्या फर्क पड़ता है नेक्स्ट वर्ल्ड EWC में मिलेंगे
information on D+ Kier. He's not going for the peaks right now because he knows he doesn't have the backup from the rest of the team.
Spirit camping is and VIP Grand by it's okay bro.
Wants to step up.
I respect your opinion.
No, I don't think so.
But keep your opinion to yourself.
Likely will be a scrap.
नहीं.
Unless Alpha 7 has anything to say about it. Currently on your screen.
Please, Marglin.
The M249 doing a ton of damage through to them right now. Probably the least accuracy in the world, but it was effective.
Hey man, when you've got that many rounds in the magazine, you just need a few of them to connect, and that is how he's going to play it on the hold. It's effective here, and DRX with 3, fending off Alpha 7's roll-arounds. 2 of their players fall quickly. Carrillo turns away with the buggy. QXZ with the...
Nice one, Gargo. Nice one. Yeah! Orek, was last.
Down on the off angle, and the spray down.
एक HP होगी.
For Carrillo.
और दे दिया उसने भी.
Stand up for Alpha 7.
How is he alive?
Again, no! The shutdown comes through, and it's DRX to weather the approach. Should have been on a sliver of HP.
ये क्या मार दिया उसने पिक करके?
Pieced together by Sewing String. I can't believe he lived that one, honestly. Had the pop shotgun around the side as well, peeking out. Good stuff.
Wow.
Coming very well, might just deny the point here.
Mad, boy, mad, crazy.
Point Donkey making a big push.
Crazy मारा उसने.
Vicious, all popping off actually. Every single team is looking to stab over towards the Vicious. D+ going in.
अब तो D+ क्या को रोकना मुश्किल ही नहीं नामुमकिन है.
Assault coming through from Void Donkey ID.
Tato with the challenge 1v1 wins
Void Donkey versus D+ किया.
Towards D+
4v4 proper 4v4 fight. ले दे दिया. Nice one elbow. 2 बंदे गए. खत्म. नामुमकिन है भाई नामुमकिन है.
Something done. We'll find that opener still dipping out to the
bas last man standing. Potato.
Tries to keep it together, but with 3 players to D+ Kier, the order is tall, but he might be able to stand up to the mark. Nolbu finds those flushes on the back line.
Blinded by Alpha 7 all
and it
this
is
time.
now 3 players bearing
जो मैं
down
चाहता था
Tato,
Alpha 7 से हो वो D+ किया करके दिखाया.
Possible.
Tato though getting scarily close. From 3 nades actually is
Potato.
Vexy heads up first. Send a nade over the top. Good damage indeed.
That looks like a good nade, but it's not going to be responded on towards the MG3 for Vexy. He's got to charge forwards. Osal's low.
Osal knocked.
No, that is the opportunity they were looking for. Finding that opening knock, it's 2v3. There's damage already sent over towards Nolbu, and the nade looks to be on target. Confirming the flush doesn't quite connect with the nade, but the damage is done. The Molotov on the high ground, but there's that answer that they were looking for. Chips is storming forwards in the meantime. The MG3 has action, and it is D+
And with that, D plus Kia is back. कितने पॉइंट्स हो गया उनका? अच्छा खासा पॉइंट्स हो गया वो। सिर्फ इस मैच में मिल गया उनको 25 प्लस पॉइंट्स। चलो भाई, नॉल को थोड़ा दिखा रहा है इमोशन। I like it. I like it.
At the end of the day, and if you look at Vexy there,
Good job
he's
overall.
making all the plays all
Wine
the
Donkey का भी थोड़ा कमबैक हो गया। अच्छा खासा फ्रैग्स है
As soon
उनका
as
भी।
Vexy goes down,
#2
I think Potato staying
मार
with
खाए
his
वो
squad.
फाइट्स में
Of
मार
course,
खाए।
he's gonna end up getting a
And
little
the
bit
overall
too
standings
aggressive now
are
that he's
here.
getting more confident.
At
With
#1 we have
working
4MV with 63 points. At #2 we have Team Spirit with 53. Wine Donkey also 53. D plus Kia 43. INS also 43. Right, top 5 में competition है। 6-7 is also very close, 37-37. DRX #8 32. Yeah, 4MV is not safe yet. काश ये आखिरी मैच भी अच्छा करता 4MV. They would have had the perfect finish. कोई बात नहीं.
We take away those
#9 Navi,
though, and they're sitting on
10
20,
RCB,
not much
Falcons
competitive for
#11.
teams out there.
By match 1 पे they got
So
21
again, when we
points.
talk about those outlier matches for them, they need to develop
2, 3, 4, 5 5 मैचेस में उनको सिर्फ 7 पॉइंट मिला.
Alpha 7 unfortunately 13th place. I know we keep
Disappointed.
counting them, but again we're looking to see them be the team to
Disappointed.
take
But
the
कोई
top
बात
one.
नहीं.
And even Falcons, I
It's
mean,
not
they
over
did have
yet.
a victory on
Chinese
Sandhawk
teams
to kick
का
off the day.
overall MVP of the day of course DOK. क्या मारा इसने? Average eliminations 2.8 है.
What was it?
बहुत लोगों का क्लासिक में भी नहीं रहता इतना
11,
FD.
he was on 11 that game.
11.
और भाई
But it's
ग्रैंड
average
फाइनल्स
usually
PMGC
87,
में
so it's
2.8
either
FD
they
मेंटेन कर रहा है.
dominated or they died. really early. Yeah. Not really able to get to his extended fights here. But
Bro
I
is
mean,
him bro. Bro is
How many
him.
times have we seen Doc be the MVP?
DOK.
Whether it's CSA,
The MVP
whether it was
of
League
PMGC
Stage as well,
Grand
he
Finals
always
Day
seems
1.
to be able to be up there for his team, and we are seeing
अगर
that.
ऐसे ही खेलेगा कल
Got a
परसों
big
तो भाई
chunk of the team playing around
he'll
him a
become the
little bit
MVP of
more.
the tournament
You know,
as
he
well.
might split off at least.
Who was the MVP for?
Total eliminations in one match record.
Yeah, he was. Right.
Previous record was Stalwart Esports जो अभी current Falcons है. उनका 18 eliminations का रिकॉर्ड था and वो रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक कर दिया है 4MV ने with 23 eliminations. So yeah, मैंने already बोला है, it's a new record. We are witnessing history. 23 eliminations. अगर और एक किल मिलता ना, डॉग का वो 12 फिनिशेस का भी होता रिकॉर्ड. And that is it for today guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. अगर तुम लोग को थोड़ा भी मजा आया ना, लाइक करना मत भूलना, सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना. मिलते कल. Until then, bye bye, take care. Love you all. And अभी तक स्ट्रीम देख रहे हो तो भाई, stay hydrated.